Hey guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Today I want to speak about one of the first steps that you need to take before you can actually start this journey of healing. And this actually is going to be relevant for all attachment styles or all kind of traumas, and especially I'm speaking specifically to the attachment styles today. And one of the first things that you need to do recognize is that you've been acting from a set of belief system subconsciously. It's there buried in your subconscious, and so you act automatically from a set of belief systems. All of these belief systems were generated from your experiences as a child, right? At that point, you had no autonomy. You had no say in anything. You just basically accepted what others did to you, others said to you as true. And so those, especially when they were done repetitively, these actions against you as a child, was something that was done on an everyday basis. Maybe you were beaten or punished or locked in a closet or locked in the basement or told certain things. You're stupid. You'll never amount to anything. You're just like your worthless father, your worthless mother. Nobody will ever love you. You're just a waste of you're just taking up space. You're worthless. I wish you were never born. People tell their children these things, right? And it's not only what they say, but they also deny them. Some people, when they, the way they're acting from now is because they were denied emotional connection. The child might cry and want to be held by their parents, but the parents ignore them. And maybe they're watching TV or doing drugs, or they're with somebody else, or, paying attention. Sometimes it's maybe one child over another child, like one child is the preferred child and one is like the like a step, like just somebody else that is unwanted, and they feel unwanted. That child feel it because their parents or whoever it is who's taking care of them does not spend time with them, and is they have the favorite, and then they have the I can't remember the name of what they would call the child, that's not favored, but they're kind of left in the back burner there and treated like they're a stepchild, or even worse than a stepchild, like somebody who is not welcome as a child and not wanted as a child. And so children feel this, and when a child feel this kind of when something is done to a child on a repetitive basis, and that child feels deep emotions around that experience, especially when you will tell a child that they're stupid and they're ugly or they're not wanted and they're taking up space, and that hurts the child. And then it's that, if that's followed up with the behavior of just totally ignoring that child or always punishing that child, then of course these are emotional traumas that are done to this child. So as a result, combined with the trauma of verbal abuse and emotional abuse, these things get cemented into the subconscious, right? And so as a child, you don't recognize that. You believe you're the one who's at fault. You take that blame. And so, the amount of clients I've dealt with who were abused as children, and they thought it was their fault because they could not imagine that people who are supposed to take care of them was wrong. So they believed something must have been wrong with them, why these people who were supposed to love them was treating them that way. So they inhabited that feeling of like they're the ones who caused the caregivers to treat them the way they did. Something was wrong with them. And so what I want, the first thing, guys, for you to really understand is that all of these things, before you can even begin the process of healing and change, is to recognize that all of these things that happened to you was none of your doing. It had nothing to do with you. It had to do with your caregivers and your whoever it was, it could be parents, grandparents, family, other family members, cousins, uncles, whatever, whoever was there to, in close proximity with you every single day, and taking, we suppose you were in their vicinity, even if they didn't take care of you, right? But you experienced these behaviors and this verbal abuse from them. So guys, the first thing you need to do is to recognize that this is not it was never your fault, right? It was never your fault. And so now that you're older, you can now choose to go back through these things that keep coming up, because these things, when you're as a young child, they keep coming up in every single relationship that you have, right? So basically, you're acting from a set of beliefs and things that happened to you that was never yours. They were given to you, but they were told to you, you're stupid. You're not going to tell yourself you're stupid. You're a child. What do you know about being stupid? But you hear that every day and you started believing it. But it was never, ever was not your belief about yourself. It was someone else's belief about you, right? And if you have to, at the point in your time, in your life now that you're an adult, what you have to recognize is that these things that these people did to you was never your own. And now you can choose to change those beliefs to what you truly believe about yourself. But the trick about that is, because you've been acting from this negative set of belief systems in a subconscious manner, you have to actually be able to now start identifying these belief systems, these negative belief systems that you had been acting from in an automatic fashion, right? You've been doing it in an automatic. It has taken you into really toxic relationships with members of the opposite sex, or even with friendships, right? So you now have to be able to identify them. Don't try and push them away. Yes, healing is going to hurt. It's going to take time, and it's going to take patience for you to really examine these sets of beliefs that you've been acting out from. That has really kind of directed your life to this point. What you have to also recognize, one other thing to empower you, that you now should recognize, is that you're now an adult. You know, you're no longer a child and have to accept everything somebody tells you that is true. You can now choose to act from your perspective, but you have to heal from those past hurts, because without healing from those past hurts, guys, you will continue to believe those things that those people did to you was your fault, or said to you, and that who you believe and made you believe that's who you were. But it is not who you were. One of the first steps you have to take after acknowledging that and actually recognizing those things, really kind of thinking about, what are these things I've been acting on? Why do I do these things? Why do I feel that I'm going to be abandoned? Why do I feel that I'm not free to express myself emotionally? And you will think, things will come up if you pay attention to it, guys. And if you sit with yourself sometimes and just pay attention to what it is that is causing those feelings and behaviors, they will bubble up to the surface, because they've been buried so deep that and most of the times you bury them every single day. As soon as they pop up, and if they hurt, you bury them. You never ever try to actually question them and see, is this true? Is this true? What's the evidence that this is really true? And if it is true, what can I do to change it? Right? If it is true, what can I do to change it? You're now an adult and you have the power. You have that power to change it. But you have to really take hold of the responsibility now to make those changes. And those changes take time. They take effort. They take consistency, repetition, consistency every single day. These are things that these are subconscious beliefs that you've been acting out from you were a child into all your relationships. And depending on how old you are right now, you've been doing this all a long time. You cannot expect that one session of therapy or one time of practicing some kind of a change is going to change it. It has to be a constant repetition, consistent. You have to do it every single day, every single time that thought comes up, because you now are trying to rewrite those old existing patterns that you're now acting from to with new belief systems that you believe about yourself and that you want to actually inhabit in yourself, in your subconscious. You don't want to rewrite those old beliefs that were never yours in the first place. Guys, I hope that this kind of gives you an idea of what it requires to make changes and what it requires to really start the process of healing, and that you will actually now take some time to actually examine those recurring thoughts, recurring feelings that you have been held bondage to because of all your childhood experiences and all your childhood traumas that you've experienced so far. All right, so and actually this childhood experiences also permeated because you were attracted to you thought those things were true, so you would look for people who would make those things true again in your life. So you further cemented those beliefs and thoughts about who you were. So now you have to change it, and you can change it, but it does take work, guys. I would say that there is a saying that, which pain are you going to accept? The pain of staying just the way you are, or the pain of changing who you are? All right, and to who you want to become. So guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Please do not forget to like and share this video if you found some value in it, and also to I'm having a workshop in March. Please reach out to me and let me know if you're interested in this workshop. It is a beginning of your change process. Especially I'm focusing right now on the anxious preoccupied. I will post another kind of update today, so you can look at that, and it's really about working through the process, and it will be a workshop. So guys, this is kind of like just starting the process of healing, but you will have to continue after you're done with that healing. But I'll give you enough tools and work through certain certain issues that I know the anxious preoccupied person suffers with on a daily basis. So reach out to me by email, let me know you're interested. I'll put your name on the list, and coming up to the time when we're going to start, I'll send you the link to pay for the so I'll just keep your name on the list until it's time for you to register, and I'll send you a link for you to pay for that thing. I'll send the price and everything today, I believe, just for you to know. So guys, I hope you choose to start the process of healing, because I've seen so many people acting from these paradigms from when they were young children, that people told them who they are, and they continue to believe that, and just end up creating and actually entering into toxic relationships because they're not healed. All right, again, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care, guys, and please keep growing. Bye-bye.